plaintiff, Aliyah Candelario, claims the defendant suddenly pulled out of a deal to sublease his apartment to her, forcing her to give away her dog. She's suing for $5,000 for breaking their agreement. Defendant Junior Eubanks says he's sorry he had to back out of the deal, but it was either do that or be homeless. And since they hadn't signed a contract yet, he says he owes her nothing.
Aliyah, you are suing Kevin for $112 for the cost of a Wi-Fi deposit and $4,888 for emotional distress. How do you measure emotional distress down to $4,888? Oh, because that makes $5,000.
Yes, Your
Got
Honor.
it. That's why you paid that.
Originally, me and Junior had agreed that he was going to sublease me his apartment. However, he backed out just hours before I was supposed to move in.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I'm from Germany. I moved to New York a few years ago by myself, and
Yes.
I've been moving around. It gets lonely sometimes, so I purchased a puppy, a French Bulldog puppy. Her name is Biscuit. There's Biscuit, and there's me. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you're on the left.
Yep. Anyways, so I purchased her. She helps me a lot. I love her to death.
Yes.
However, in the place where I'm staying at, my roommate didn't fully approve of the dog
Having a
being
dog.
there. You know,
Yeah.
puppy, they pee a lot, they run around a lot. So I decided I was going to look for my own place. So I went on Craigslist. I looked at multiple listings, and that's when I came across Junior's listing. And it sounded like a good deal, so I reached out to him. I went to go look at his apartment. I took Biscuit with me as well, and I loved the apartment. It was great. It was a nice size. It was a good price. It was a cool neighborhood, and Junior was looking for someone to move in as soon as possible. He said, sure, I'll work on the contract. I'll have everything ready by Monday. We can meet on Monday, sign the contract, do the payment, and all of that. He even let me stay there the night already. He gave me the keys, trusted me with the keys.
So
like,
he let you stay there for...
Just the night because it was late, and
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that was nice.
I made sure. I was like, are you sure about this? He said, yes, it's all gonna work. The apartment is yours once we sign everything on Monday. I said, perfect.
I ended up interviewing a bunch of prospective tenants, and Aliyah was actually the best one that I met. Like, she's really qualified, super qualified. I actually even got to meet the dog, you know, her dog Biscuit. It's a really great dog. So I decided that I was gonna sublease the apartment to her because she was great.
So I went home, I started packing. I contacted movers that were going to help me on Tuesday morning. And I'm also a student, so I also had to organize the Wi-Fi, so I called Optimum and already paid the installment fee.
Is that the $112?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you pay anything on the for the moving van yet?
No,
Was there a
I had
deposit?
not
Okay.
yet, but as you can see, he had listed already the charge that I was going
Got
to
it.
pay.
Yeah, I see that here.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. Everything was going good. I was super excited. Over the weekend, I even reached out to him and said, thank you again. I appreciate this. You know, I like showing my gratitude. And he was like, yes, everything sounds good. Working on the contract right now. And I was like, perfect. So Monday comes along, and I reach out to him again, and I ask him, hey, what time works for you? And he told me 8:30 works, so I said, okay, perfect. Then, all of a sudden, a few hours after that, he texted me and he said, hey, something crazy just happened, I can't meet today. So I'm like, okay, what does this mean for me? You know, I'm supposed to move in less than 24 hours. He texted me and he's like, hey, I just broke up with my girlfriend, so I still need the apartment. And for me, that's of course like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I reached out to my roommate again, and I told her, hey, the apartment didn't work out. Is there any way I could stay? And she told me, I can stay, but the dog can't. So I had to give Biscuit away, and
Oh, you gave your dog away?
I had to give her away, and it's just, I don't know, it's just been hard because it was so short notice. I couldn't find a new place. I'm still living with the roommate now, but we're not getting along. It's weird tension because she knows I was gonna move out, and
Who did you give the dog to? I mean,
a friend of mine, because I didn't want to sell her. It wasn't like I wanted her to have a happy home. So I still visit her every now and then, but it's not the same.
if you find a place to stay that accepts dogs, you won't get the dog back?
I hope so.
me and my fiance has been together for about 8 years, right? And
Yeah.
during COVID, we kind of hit a rough patch, you know,
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure if it's spending too much time together, I'm not sure stress level or what, but things became really rough.
Because you had to be together, actually.
Yeah, right, and we also have 2 boys too, so they're really,
Yeah.
things got pretty rough. So me and my fiance decided that it'd be best if I maybe moved out and got my own place and space, you know? So I ended up finding a really great place and signed a lease. But it was a lot because, you know, we've been together 8 years and I really didn't want to, you know, leaving home after you're going from a family man to a single man. Like, I tried to work it out with my fiance. She tried to work it out as well. So we actually worked it out a little bit and we decided that I was going to move back in. Because I was going to move back with my family, I decided to sublease my apartment just because, just so I can pay the rent and my credit wouldn't get ruined. Week after moving back with my family, things got rough again. My fiance actually decided that it wasn't going to work and she didn't want me to stay there. So because of that, I had to move back. I felt that like we did have a verbal agreement that I was going to give her the place, and she talked about the dog and everything.
It sounds like basically that day that you then said, oh, by the way, the situation changed. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So
but you kind of left her in the, whoa.
Yeah.
A few hours before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I felt really bad about it, like
Sure.
super horrible about that for her and the dog, you know? If I would have gave her the place, then I would have literally been homeless, so.
I understand how the situation came about. 2 people who didn't mean any harm for each other, but this is what the situation is. There was no lease signed.
Yeah.
I get that. But what you did induce her to act in a certain way, to pack, to get the Wi-Fi. You caused her, innocently, but you caused her to behave in a way she otherwise wouldn't have, including the giving up of the dog. She had reason to believe that she was moving in. What she did was based on that belief, which was caused by you. So I'm going to find in favor of the plaintiff for the sum of $1,000.
Thank you.
Yep.
To be honest, I feel like the ruling was actual BS because we didn't have a signed contract.
Could have been better, but I appreciate anything, so definitely means a lot that Judge Jerry ruled the way he did.